Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to the People's First Political Party policies, which I started last night, and I'm going to continue on tonight. And thank you once again, and welcome to each and everyone that you just turning up on the net. I appreciate your trust and faith for me to present these policies to each and every one of you tonight. Remember, this policies is focused only on the family value issues, family values, and all the issues that are affecting our life day in and day out. I will just go back to what I told you last night on our policies, People's First Party policies, and just to remind each and everyone of what, if you miss out on last night, just come back to my Facebook page and you will find it over there if you miss out on some of the policies that I've said in last night. But anyway, I'll just bring back your memories and welcome to all of you once again. I started with why this political party is gonna be registered and contest all the 120 seats in Parliament on our next election. It has been years that our life has been miserable, that our life has been neglected. Our life has been promised by a lot of political parties, and they never kept their promise. And it comes to a stage where I feel, is this normal for people to treat us like treating us with evil and corruption? Are we gonna accept it and call it normal? For me, I don't think so. And that's the intention of starting up this political party for each and every one of you that has been suffer under the both national and Labour government. And then it gives me strength each and every day when I saw a lot of families, they're struggling just because of the system the government is endorsed for us and for our families to live in. We gave them our trust. We gave them everything so that they can run the government that will lighten our burdens, open up doors and pathways for us and create more jobs. But what? Nothing has been done. I tell you this, enough is enough. And that's my challenge for you and all New Zealanders. Whether you like it or not. But for me, enough is enough. And we must stand up now and do something. That's why this new political party is called People's First Party, which will take our voice and join to make the rules and regulation of how we're going to live with our families. This political party is focused only on family values, which we've been robbed, which we never have, but we survive all this time. So tonight, I go back to what I said last night. The first thing the political party is focused on this land. The Maori o tangata whenua of Aotearoa. What this party is going to do for the owner, for the rightful owner of this land. First, the People's First Party is going to honor all the Treaty of Waitangi. The Maori people don't have to come and fight or go to court to get or compensate for the wrongful ownership by the government and the crown of your land. The People's First Party is going to honor all the Treaty of Waitangi. Second, the People's First Party is going to compensate all the lands that the crown and the government took from all the tribes or the iwi of Aotearoa. We will return the land, will compensate all the iwis that own the land. And that's a must. And that's the first thing that will happen. And I challenge you, the tangata whenua of Aotearoa. We must stand up together. You pick, there are 9 seats in Parliament for the Maori. You pick your own 9 MPs from your tribes or iwi. The people that you trust. You don't need to be a scholar. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to be an MP in Parliament. No. All that is asked of the People's First Party, just an honest, respectful, and loving person that work with your community, work with your tribe. And that's all. All these policies that I'm gonna dish out tonight will speak for itself. All that is needed in this political party is just a genuine, honest people to stand and represent your people. That's all is needed. People that involved with the community, people that involved with the Board of Trustees, people that involved with churches, good citizen of New Zealand. Those are the people that the People's First Party is looking for. Why? It's been years we've been trusting the people with doctorate, people with got the degrees, but what? They end up abuse their skills, their knowledge of what they know. But I'm asking of you tonight. People's First political party, you just need an honest person that have a family, that know how to look after your family. That's all is needed. And that's the qualification that is needed for this party. We had enough of corruption. And I'm just asking of you tonight. It's not only the Maori people. The 120 seats in the parliament. And that's why it's called People's First Party. It's involved each and every one of you that are in New Zealand. You either Tongan, Samoa, Fijian, India, Chinese, Asia, whatever. This political party is belong to you. And that's a challenge that I'm putting out to each and every one of you in New Zealand. It's not my party. It's not my political party. No. I'm just here as our representatives, just to guide us so we can unite together. Most of all the parties, they only interest in something for their own benefit. Some of the policies that they have, it's only benefit a few groups in the community. But after all, it's you and me, the grassroots people of Aotearoa, is paying tax for all these people to live a luxury life. And that's a challenge that I'm putting out to you. I come back and remind you of what I said last night. We'll honor the Treaty of Waitangi. We'll compensate all the lands since the time the Crown and the government took over from years and years will compensate you people, the tangata whenua of New Zealand. And that is going to be right, black and white, on our policies. I mentioned last night about the pensioner and the people on benefits. All the pensioners' age is going to remain on 65. It's not going to be increased like what the intention of the Labour Party or the National. They want to increase it from 65. And I promise you this, it's going to be staying the same on 65 for all the pensioners. Apart from it, we'll add to those that are on pensioners' benefits $150 to your current benefit. Unless the last government before the election, if they move it up, let's say, for example, if they move it up, whatever they will move it up, let's say if they move it up from by $100, we'll top it up with the promise another $150 on your normal benefit of the pensioners and unemployment benefits. For all of you that will be on the pensioners, you will be allowed to go back to where you are, where you come from, whether to Tonga, to Asia, to Europe, no matter where you come from, you can still claim your benefit from there. As long every 6 months, you will go to the nearest New Zealand High Commissioner in your country to identify you, your benefit will still come to you. You don't need to go back and come back here just to get a benefit. Why? We appreciate what you've done for our life. And the People's First Party want to acknowledge your efforts, your dedication, the hardship that you, the parents, has been given to us. And we managed to reach this time and the success of education and of employment. And that's the reward for you that will be on the pensioners' benefit. You go wherever in this world and enjoy your life before you die. But that's a promise. We say thank you to all of you. I come to the benefits. People on the benefits, yes, you will be entitled 150. Sorry, for the pensioners, you will be get paid every week, not fortnightly. Every week you're gonna get your benefit and whatever you get. For you that will be using the benefit, it will be another $150 add to your current benefit. The People's First Party will make sure that is going to be effective within the 100 days. The People's First Political Party take office when we run for parliament. If you people vote for it, because that's the party belongs to you. The only people that will be on benefit, first, people that are sick, disabled, mothers with newborn babies, you are allowed for this pension, for this benefit. The rest of you that are healthy and young can do something, you're not allowed to stay on a benefit. Why? Because the People's First Party already increased from $20 minimum rate to $25. And it's better for you to move into that category. But that will be later on. I come to what I said last night about the housing. All of you that are at the housing property at the moment, we don't own it. But the People's First Political Party will allow you to own that property. You will sign it up within the first 100 days. The People's First Political Party government, the first 100 days in office, will sign you over to be a partnership with the government. It doesn't matter how many people stay in that house. We all know that. If you got 4 children with you and they all are adults, they have families, you're not allowed to stay in the same building. They must go and find somewhere else. That's why this political party is going to be registered and formed. We build the society and the government on a family value, not on any ideas someone was just dreaming it up of. We are focusing only on family values. And that's why the political party is People's First Political Party is endorsing all these policies to make sure that no one is left behind. No one is feeling that is excluded. You need to take ownership of this. We'll give you the dignity and the value for you to value yourself, not to value the animals or the plants or whatever. If there's no human beings, what this world will be look like? We are brought to this world to look after the planet, to make it beautiful, to make it safe, to enjoy the environment, but not just some dreamers. Oh yeah, this. No. That's why this party is formed. Second to it, on the employment issue, the first 30 days of your trial at any companies, that company must sign you up to a full-time employment. If you're coming from an agent to a company, that agent must sign you up as a full-time person entitled for the $25 minimum rate after 30 days. Whatever the full-time people working for a company will be the same as the people that coming through the agencies and work for the other company. You will have that same employment entitlement. You will have a sick days. It will be 25 days of sick leave. Sick paid leave. 25 days. Not 10 days. Not 15 days. Not 20 days. It will be 25 days. And that's a policy for this political party. First, minimum rate is 25. Sick days will be 25. Your employment will be confirmed after 30 days as a full-time employment. You will entitle for a holiday pay, sick days, or whatever that is under the Employment Act. All the seasonal workers are treated the same as temp. Will be the same right. You have the same right as you will be entitled for a holiday pay, sick days, minimum rate of 25. There's no if or but. But I tell you something. Some of the employees or companies will say, it's too much. I'm saying to you people now, you've been ripping us off for years. After seeing all this financial report, we got a profit margin of $100 million. Do you think it's fair? People's First Party are not stupid. And if you think that you're going to be moving out of New Zealand, you are welcome. Bye-bye. People's First Party will bring good employers, good companies to come and work together in partnership. Is a win-win situation. There's some other benefits for the companies that will work hand in hand with the People's First Political Party. But in order to achieve those, the family must be healthy, The family must be enjoy in order for them to go and work. So don't worry. The People's First Party is for each and every one of you in New Zealand. No one is left behind. Even the companies, anybody will want to work together with you. I think that's most of the thing that under the employment policies, also the Maori, what is there for the Maori people under the Treaty of Waitangi, what is there on the housing, those other things is already here. Well, come to the immigration policy. Immigration policies, first, the People's First Party is gonna give amnesty to all the overstayers in New Zealand. It doesn't matter where you come from. Why? You've been working so hard in this country. You did pay tax through your food, petrol, whatever the people in New Zealand or citizens of New Zealand have, is the same as you overstays. But the only difference is some of the benefits you don't have it, but you work so hard for the benefit of this country. In order for you people to continue on living in this country, we'll give you amnesty to have a right and lawful status in this country. So the employers will pay the proper tax to the government. So the overstayers will pay their tax also to the government. And that will be millions of dollars coming back to the revenue of the government. Second to it, the People's First Political Party is gonna open the gateway to the Pacific. This will be the first ever we'll work together with the Pacific people. For example, Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, that are not under the government of New Zealand. We'll open the gateway for you to come to New Zealand and work and pay tax in this country. Why? Only the Pacific Island is free of COVID-19. Other countries we've seen on the news, so sad. But we'll open the gateway. We'll give you the right to come and work here. Not visitor permit. What you have? You don't have anything to come and give to this country. The only thing that you come with yourself is your skills, your energy, because we are hard labor people. We are physical people. Look at how the farmers and the fruit are wasted in New Zealand. Why? Because no one wants to go and work in the farm. The gateway is closed. We miss out billions of dollars from the growers. That's why the People's First Party is going to open up the gateway for the Pacific to come here and work legally, not under the table. You will be entitled to work in New Zealand. And that's the immigration policies. For all the overstayers, no matter what, where you come from, will make your status legal. So you enjoy the same as the New Zealand people. Provide you are good citizen. We want the People's Political Party is not People's First Political Party is not gonna give you any right for this country. If you are terrorist or if you are criminal, we don't need those people in this country. People's First Political Party need and want to see New Zealand the best and make New Zealand the best country in the world to prop up a family, to value the family, a safe haven for the family, not a safe haven for the terrorists and the criminals. People's First Political Party is gonna make New Zealand the great and prosperous nation on the face of this world. I will come to the education policies. Education policies is this. There will be free education from early childhood to high school. Free education from early childhood to high school students. The People's First Political Party will feed all the students, give them breakfast and give them lunch. And in the afternoon, you parents will feed your kids at home. That's why the government is there, to make it light for you at home. Give you a chance to breathe, because you've been paying tax and you never rewarded for all those years. That's a promise from the People First Political Party. We'll feed the students breakfast in the morning and lunch and then you parents will feed your kids at home. Free education. Student at the university, you might think, hey, what about us? Look, the package is for you is this. If you pursue a career like to be a doctor, to be a nurse, to be a lawyer, whatever, to the highest of your education. And I give you an example. By the end of your graduation, if it's between 60,000 and 100,000 or 200,000, it doesn't matter. All the students at the university, you still go and apply for student loans. But the good news is this. No matter how much it's going to cost for the government, for your education, at the end, you are graduate. Let's say you are a doctor. You graduate at the end of your study. What is asked of the People's First Political Party is this. Remember that you borrowed the money, and that money is you owed it to the government. But the good news is this. Let's say your doctor, your education to become a doctor is going to cost 150,000 or 200,000. That's a lot of money. You can't afford it. You're going to go back to the grave with that debt. But the good news is this. What the People's First Political Party is asking of you, you must stay in New Zealand and work for 5 years. You work for 5 years for your family, not for the government. Use your skills and your knowledge to build New Zealand to be the best. While you work for your families for 5 years, the time you pay tax that 5 years, whatever tax you pay on that 5 years period, that's all that you pay toward the amount that you've been studying for. Why? I tell you this. Because half of the money, let's say 150,000, when you graduated, you passed. That's the first step. The People's First Political Party doesn't care how much it's going to cost, but we want to help you to achieve what you study for. And that knowledge and skills, we want to use it in New Zealand for the country, for your family, and everyone that will come into New Zealand. We say thank you. In a way, we say thank you very much. You just work for your family for 5 years. And within that 5 years, the tax that you pay to the government, that's enough to clear your debts off. my question is, does any of this government or political party do that for you? You answer it yourself. But that's what is going to happen. I think it's clear. No hidden agenda. People's First political party is working for the families. And when the families achieve those goals and skills, it will create jobs. It will create revenues for the government and for the business. Anybody miss out? No. That's what I call win-win situation policy. Win-win situation policies is a partnership between people and the government and the business. Without this free, the government is either selfish, it's either corruption, the people will still suffer like what we are in today. That's education policies open up to you people. Come to the health policy. Visiting to the doctor is free. Your medication is free. Some families, they can't afford. Sometimes myself, I got my sugar diabetes, which I got about 6 different medicine to take, night and day. When I go with my prescription to the chemist, they turn around and say, oh, $5 per medicine. I told them, look, I can't afford it. And that's why this policy, if I can't afford it, I'm work and I can't afford it. What about you on benefit? That's why this policy is there. Seeing a GP doesn't matter. Whether it's night or day, you still access for your well-being and for your health. It will be free. Some of the GP will say, how are you going to do that? Look, leave it to me. I know what is going to happen. I'm focusing. It's going to be win-win situation. Good for the people, good for the government, and good for the business. Don't worry. No one is going to miss out. That's from the health policy. Touch base on the housing policy. I mentioned before last night on the housing policies in partnership with the government. I'll give you an example. Where I'm staying is two-bedroom house. It's only me and my wife. My kids, they can't afford to come and stay in a 2-bedroom house. So I'm paying about for about $100 for a 2-bedroom house. For me, it says, no, it's not going to be $100. The amount that you pay for the house is depend on the bedrooms. For example, a 2-bedroom house, what I feel is fair is this. I don't mind paying $250. $250 or $200 for a 2-bedroom house. 3-bedroom house, for example, the decision at the end of the day, it will be you people, not me. All these policies is just a guideline that we're gonna have a meeting later and we all agree to it, and then we all move forward. 3-bedroom house, it costs about $600 or $700. I tell you what, that's crazy. Is that affordable? No. People's First political party is gonna make it affordable for one person to go and work. He or she can pay for their rent, for their food, for the power, with what he get a week. Not 4 or 5 people to go and work in order to achieve them. And that's why the minimum rate is 25. If you work a week, minimum of, let's say, 40 hours, and I tell you what, while I remember that, on the employment, 40 hours, once you over 40 hours, there will be time and a half, there will be double time. That was happened way back. But because of the selfishness of politician and business roundtable, they took away all those from us workers, the hardworking people of New Zealand. Remember, after 40 hours under the government of the People's First Political Party, after 40 hours, there will be time and a half. After that, there will be double time. We'll bring it back to reward you for your hard working. Come back to the housing policy. Let's say my 2-bedroom house, I don't mind paying $200 or $250. On a 3-bedroom house, instead of paying $700 or $600, I don't mind paying $350. On a 4-bedroom house, I don't mind paying $400. And that would be a set rules for that. The People's First Party will make it affordable. If something that we feel is wrong, we'll step in and fix it, so it can be affordable. That's the housing. The other thing for the housing, remember, it's a partnership between the government and you. You're not gonna go and make a loan from the bank. No way. The policies and the philosophy of the People's First Political Party is to make it achievable. Whatever you pay, the people that stay in the property or your home, it doesn't matter how many people. If you got 4 children, grandchildren, if it's a bigger house, you're allowed to stay there. At the current government and the current policies, you're not allowed to. You have to move out. But I tell you, you're gonna stay there. If 5 people work in that house and the rental is only $350, that's it. And if it's a private home or landlord, don't worry. No way that any people that are on benefit will go there unless they comply with the regulation that we put into all the housing. They must comply with getting the house warm, put a heater, all those issues. We'll make sure that they will have a worthiness certificate in their property, because there are some dodgy landlords. They just worry about the money and they don't care about your life. We're here to make sure that we provide for your safety, for your health, for the country. That's the housing policy. I think I already touched base on the other, immigration and all those things, unemployment, education, housing, immigration. Apart from it, you hear and see, that's what is on the table, is offered for you. The next step that we move from here, in order to register the People's First Party, we need your signatures. Need 500 people. The first 500 people, I think this will be a milestone. This will be a history make for you and for me and for other people in Aotearoa to see the best for our people. Not only for the Tongan, not only for the Samoan, not only for the Pacific, not only for the European, not only for the Chinese, for everyone that will call New Zealand as their home. Good for the lower class people or grassroots people. Good for the business people. And good for the higher class. These policies is made for the people. The business is coming after. It will be profitable. It will be achievable when all of this is done properly. Done on the table, not under the table. And I make sure it's done. It's happening. So, you hear what is there for you. Compare with the other parties. This is general. And this is all I need for my family. And I'm pretty sure what is need for me and my family, it will be the same as you. It will be the same as the higher class. It will be the same as the grassroots people. It's just like the blood is red. The higher class blood is red. The Asian blood is red. The Palangi blood is red. The Pacific Island blood is red. The Indian's blood is red. You tell me what's the color of any blood that is different from this. And that's the idea this policy is. It will match. It's a win-win situation. Now, I put it out to you. And there's a challenge for each and every one of you in New Zealand. From the north to the south. From the east to the west. This is the party that is suit and will work for you. No complaint. Everybody is happy. Everybody enjoy the benefit of our work in Aotearoa. But my challenge is this. Like what I say, there are 120 seats in Parliament. The People's First Political Party is going to contest all the 120 seats. And it's up to you to stand. It's up to you to take ownership of this party, to make it achievable for each and every one of us. This policy is based on the Bible and Christian value. This policy is the same as any other religion. I'm pretty sure the Buddhists, the Hindus, the values of their belief is to do good. I don't think that there is any religious that they believe to destroy the humanity. No. This is a biblical fundamental policies that is made to suit the people and how they're gonna live with each other. There's no division, but it's only a division when selfish, corrupted, criminals, terrorists is involved. Like what I say, I want to make New Zealand the best and the profitable, affordable place for any people that will come and visit, for any people that will come and live, for any people that will come and have businesses in New Zealand. This is the political party for us to take ownership and move from here and take over the parliament and the government. So I remind you once again, the policies is already tissued out. What is needed now is for you that believe in this to sign up. I need 500 people or more than 500 that would be brilliant. If we want to make a landmark history, we want to stand up and form this. Go into my Facebook page and register. But for those of you that are listening tonight, my number, you can contact me if you want to be one of the first people to register. And the people that willing to stand, I'm not going to tell you who's going to stand. No. I give you an example. For the Tongan communities, I would like to have 10 honest people to represent from the north to the south, east to the west. You pick it up. And if you feel yourself that you are honest and loving person, put up your hand and contact me. Come to the meeting that will be called on later. For example, 10 people for the Tongan, 10 people for the Samoan, maybe for the Fijian, 5 for the Indian, 10 people, Chinese, 10 people, for the Palangi, 10 people, whatever nationality you are. Cook Islands, 10 people. I need different people from different cultures to stand up and take ownership of this. And we unite together and move forward. And I tell you, we'll take over the government. We'll make New Zealand as the affordable, happiest, and rich place on earth. Once again, my number again is 021 024 67 359. 021 024 67 359. If you want to join the first 500 people or more to register the political party, the People's First Political Party. And then we move on and stand and vote from where you are so we can make a difference in our life. For ease has been robbed. For ease has been suppressed. This is the time. And that's my piece for tonight. Now, New Zealand, it's up to you for your hand. But if you see me coming around and you're willing to join, please do so. And I will call a meeting in different areas to form a People's First Political Party in every area. For example, in Mangere, in Otahu, in Ptoa, in all different areas. I want to make you feel ownership and you take over. So bring up all the things that we need so we can achieve this. It is very easy to form. And I promise you that we will have a successful and profitable New Zealand and the happiest, rich everybody will be rich. More money for the families. Things will grow, even though COVID-19 is here. Look, I'm not scared. COVID-19 is a wake-up call for you and for me, not to rely and be scared of it. COVID-19 is gonna stay with us for the rest of our life. We have to accept it. We have to work smarter. That's what the Palangi says. Work smarter, don't work hard. Love you all from the bottom of my heart. Wish you a happy weekend. And I'm looking forward to meet you soon, to have a meeting. And I challenge you once again, for you people to stand up and take ownership, stand for the parliament. It's easy. It's up to you now. Put it out to your good hand. God bless everyone of art. Bye.